Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. 32 teams, 32 days, and today we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, a team that, let's face it, choked in the 2017-18 NFL playoffs, but they're back, they're healthy, no one retired yet, and this is a great opportunity for the Pittsburgh Steelers to return to the Super Bowl for the first time since 2010. Can they do it? Can they return? Now we're going to discuss it today, discuss this team's strengths, discuss this team's weaknesses, discuss some statistical projections for some offensive players of this football team, discuss my bold predictions for this football team, and then end this video with my official win-loss prediction for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So let's start by talking about their strengths, and let's start with their quarterback, Big Ben Roethlisberger, who is a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, and I would have him ranked anywhere from, I'd say, 6 to 8. I'm a huge fan of Ben Roethlisberger, and he's been more consistent as of late. Now, he'll still have his couple of stinker games, his couple of clunkers every year, but for the most part, you're getting good production out of Ben Roethlisberger, and as we will discuss for my statistical projections, I think this may be his best year yet, as he has a great arsenal to his disposal, and he's not getting too much older yet, although we do see the end is near for Big Ben. In terms of his physical play, you haven't seen the deterioration yet. He's still able to perform as well as ever. Love the quarterback in Pittsburgh. The next strength for this football team, we're sticking with the offense. We're going with the running back, Le'Veon Bell, and overall the running back group as well. We start with Le'Veon Bell at the top. He's obviously the strength there. He has been the engine that continues to help the Pittsburgh Steelers offense move forward. I mean, he's only part of it. He's one of the big three, right? But still, he's a huge three. He's one of the killer bees, and he continues to move this team forward. Now, last year only averaging 4.0 yards per carry, but they used him a lot, over 300 carries for Le'Veon Bell. He sits out every training camp, but he shows up, he does his thing. We're expecting more of the same this upcoming season from Le'Veon Bell. The next strength for this football team, look at the offensive line. So yes, another offensive strength, another strength for the Steelers coming on offense, and it is the offensive line. We have Alejandro Villanueva, who has been a good left tackle for this team for the past number of seasons. They needed him to step up to that spot, and he has. Left guard Ramon Foster, getting older, starting to ponder retirement, but he's still a decent guard at the NFL level. Center position, we have Maurkice Pouncey, who's the brother of Mike Pouncey. He's been there for a number of years. He continues to be one of the best centers in the NFL. David DeCastro at right guard, one of the best guards in the NFL. In the right tackle, Marcus Gilbert. This is the front that continues to help this Pittsburgh Steelers offense be as fluid, be as potent as they are offensively, and you absolutely have to love that to me. We move on though to the weaknesses of this football team. We have to start with the interior linebackers, and we all know why. Because Ryan Shazier unfortunately will not be able to play this season, and maybe never be able to play football again. It's an unfortunate situation, but it is what it is. So we're stuck with Jon Bostic and Vince Williams right now as the main interior linebackers for this front, and that's only okay. You know, Jon Bostic, he's starting to find his role in the NFL, but he hasn't been quite what we hoped he would be in the league. But we also have Tyler Matakevich out of Temple. Didn't play much last year, but in the preseason, I have been encouraged by him. So I'm encouraged with him. We're going to see what he can do now that he's going to probably take on a bigger role this upcoming season. But right now, Vince Williams and Jon Bostic, it's only an okay combination. And for this entire Pittsburgh Steelers team, which is pretty loaded right now, is definitely one of their weaker units. Look at the next weakness for this football team, and we have to look at the tight ends to me, and mainly right now because they're so damn banged up. Jesse James is fine. He's not a very good tight end, but he's fine. And Vince McDonald, same thing, but right now everyone's banged up. Right now, Jesse James has a back contusion, Vince McDonald has his own injuries, and Xavier Grimble has his own injuries as well. So the tight end position right now, it is a weakness for this team. Overall, when they're healthy, they're fine. But for right now, it is one of the Steelers' weaker units, so it is a weakness for this football team. The positions I did not discuss, wide receivers, it was really close. It was so close. Believe you me. We're still waiting to see though what James Washington will do at the number 3 wide receiver spot. Justin Hunter is inconsistent, as is Darius Hayward-Bay, and you just traded for Ryan Switzer. So look, the top 2 is great. Antonio Brown, best wide receiver in the league, and Juju Smith-Schuster, I think he may solidify himself as a top 20 wide receiver in the NFL this upcoming season. So having that duo is fantastic. You're not going to be wrong. It's just outside of that, you know, we have some inconsistency there, but it was really, really, really close to being a strength. Okay, believe you me. And the defensive line, oh, it was so close, but I don't want to put more than 3 strengths. It's just a little too much. I like the defensive line maybe more than the wide receivers. Stephon Tuitt, Javon Hargrave, and Cameron Hayward. What a trio that is. The defensive line was oh so close. This team is stacked. Picking strengths on this team was difficult, so give me a little bit of a break there. And then cornerbacks, Artie Burns. He continues to be a good cornerback in this league. He's finding his role for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They poached Joe Hayden from the Cleveland Browns. What a ridiculous thing the Browns did there, letting this guy go. But at the same time, he wasn't playing great for them. He got his fire relit with the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're seeing that. So hey, you know, one man's treasure is another one's trash, and it goes in the reverse in this instance, right? You guys have been able to get the Joe Hayden of, oh, not quite as beastly as he was, not a Pro Bowler, but he's a good cornerback right now for you. So you like Joe Hayden in that spot. With that said, we move on to my statistical projections for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And let's start with quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. Again, I think this is going to be one of his best years yet. 4,000 passing yards, 31 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and a 99.0 passer rating. Now, why only 4,000 passing yards and why only 31 touchdowns? The boy gets injured, okay? We get it. He never really plays 16 games. 1, 2, 3, 4 games he's gonna miss, right? We get it. That's the thing with him. His body can only do so much. It's unfortunate, but if he plays 16 games, you can see 4,500, 46, maybe 4,700 passing yards here, and I can see 35 plus touchdowns, and maybe he can even keep the interceptions down as well. But this is one of his highest passer ratings he would ever have. I think it'd be number 2 that he's ever had, and this would be a great year for Ben Roethlisberger. With the weapons he has to his arsenal, this is what I'm expecting from Big Ben. Running back Le'Veon Bell, 300 carries, 1,350 yards, and 8 touchdowns. So I think he will have more yardage than last year, but less carries. I think James Conner is going to get involved. The former Pittsburgh running back, he's looked good in the preseason. Really good when it comes to receiving the ball. Not so great when it comes to running, but I think he's going to be on the field enough. And the Steelers like to run from the shotgun, so he's going to get his fair share of looks. I like James Conner right now in terms of the backup for Le'Veon Bell. And then wide receiver Antonio Brown, a huge year. 115 catches, 1,600 yards, and 11 touchdowns. This is the type of ridiculousness we are to expect from Antonio Brown now. It's absolutely absurd, but this is what he's going to provide. This is about in line with what he's been giving us the past number of seasons. Now, maybe it may not be this high. If Juju Smith-Schuster can maybe come down with 11, 1,200, it's possible, but I still think Antonio Brown is going to be an absolute beast, so this is what I'm projecting. We move on, though, to my bold predictions for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and as I just mentioned, I think James Conner is going to be a much bigger impact. I think he's going to make a much bigger impact and get involved in terms of the receiving game, especially when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He will make an impact. He's going to be a nice compliment to Le'Veon Bell, so look out for James Conner this upcoming season. Bold prediction number 2, I think the Steelers will be the best team in the AFC. I think it's their turn. I think last year was really close to being their turn, but they just couldn't beat the damn Patriots. I think this year it's going to be different. They'll be the best team in the AFC, the #1 seed in the AFC, and we all say the Steelers right now the best team in the AFC. And then bold prediction number 3, going off of that, I give you my first Super Bowl team. I have the Steelers finally beating the Patriots in the AFC Championship game and returning to the Super Bowl. People, it's time, okay? It's just time. You look at the draft picks last year, TJ Watt and Juju Smith-Schuster, who were impressive last year. Now give them another year to improve. I love that. You look at guys like Sean Davis, who are still young on this team. They're still going to take a step forward as well. Artie Burns could take a step forward to becoming a Pro Bowler. The Steelers signed Morgan Burnett. I didn't talk about him earlier, but this is a type of safety that they've needed on this football team for the past number of seasons. And you look at Le'Veon Bell, we know what he provides. You look at Antonio Brown, we know what he provides, and it just seems like it's either now or never for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If they don't get this done now, I mean, you're having trouble seeing it in the future. Big Ben might retire after this season. Le'Veon Bell, his contract situation continues to be a problem for this team. Who knows what's going to happen with that? Ramon Foster, as I mentioned earlier, he's looking to retire. It's now or never. I think they recognize it. I think for once, okay, for the first time since 2010, they're going to focus in, lock in. They're still going to have their weird losses. They may lose to the Cleveland Browns week 1. It wouldn't shock me. I mean, I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be absolutely flabbergasted. But I think at the end of the day, they will go, my in-laws prediction, 12-4, number 1 seed in the AFC, go to the Super Bowl. Now, will they win it, and who will they be facing? Can't tell you that. Yeah, you still have to wait around. I'll give you some nuggets. I'll give you some cocaine every now and then, but I'm gonna wait to give you my playoff predictions in about less than a week now, so we're getting close. Not quite there yet, less than a week, so stick around for that. It'll be up soon. But right now, yes, I have the Steelers going 12-4, beating the Patriots in the AFC Championship game and returning to the Super Bowl. Now, with that said, what is the best case scenario? Now, best case scenario is only 14-2. They're not going to go 15-1 and 16-0. They're just not. They're the Pittsburgh Steelers. They will have their occasional L against teams that you're not expecting. Why? Because that's their move. Okay, even though you can look at almost every single team on their schedule and say they're better than almost every team, and they host the Patriots, I believe, week 15, they're still going to have their occasional L. They're going to lose to the Ravens, most likely. You know, they're going to lose to another team, probably the Bengals. Like, we get it. This is their move. So, best case scenario is only 14-2. Worst case scenario, I mean, it should be at least 10-6, because even if they have their struggles, I think they should win their damn division. The Ravens, they're not very dangerous. The Bengals could be. They kind of scared me in preseason. The Browns, no. Okay, they're improved, but no. So even if they start off slow for some stupid reason, the talent is too much. Juju Smith-Schuster in his second season, Antonio Brown still there, Le'Veon Bell still there, Big Ben still here, Artie Burns, Morgan Burnett, who they signed, TJ Watt second season, Cameron Hayward, Stephon Tuitt, Javon Hargrave. I mean, come on. The Steelers should be fine, 10-6. The absolute worst case. So there you go. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the 2018 Pittsburgh Steelers. What are your thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. I'll be back next time to discuss the Buffalo Bills. Not such a great fate for them. This has been MJS Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.